What happens if a chain smoker quits smoking suddenly? My newborn daughter screamed every time I held her. Not fussed, screamed, like I was hurting her. 22 years of smoking. I'd held my nieces, nephews, friends' babies. Never a problem. But my own daughter, she'd wail until her face turned purple. The second my wife Megan took her back, silence. I remember standing in the nursery at 2 a.m., just watching her sleep from across the room, too afraid to touch her, my own child. I dreamed about being a father my entire life. Imagine teaching her to ride a bike, walking her to school, dancing at her wedding someday. And now I couldn't even hold her without causing her pain. Megan tried to comfort me. She said babies are fussy. It's normal. Give it time. But I saw something in her eyes she wouldn't say out loud. Relief. Relief every time she took our daughter from my arms, like she was rescuing her from me. That look haunted me more than the crying ever did. Day 3 without cigarettes, I was crawling out of my skin, sweating through sheets, snapping at everyone. But I had to know if it was me, if the smoke in my pores was poisoning my own child. My father smoked his whole life, died at 54 with tubes down his throat, gasping like a fish pulled from water. I was 19, held his hand while the monitors flatlined, swore I'd never end up like him. Then I went outside and lit a cigarette because I didn't know how else to grieve. That's the thing about addiction. It shows up wearing the disguise of comfort during your worst moments. It waits for you at rock bottom with open arms. Day 5, the headaches felt like my skull was splitting open. I vomited twice at work. My boss found me crying in the break room, told him it was a stomach bug. That night, I sat in my car in the driveway for 2 hours. Just sat there. Couldn't go inside because I knew what was waiting. The sound of my daughter screaming, the look on Megan's face, the nursery I couldn't enter. I called my mom, didn't even say hello, just asked her, did I cry when dad held me as a baby? She went quiet for a long time. Then she said, honey, you would fall asleep on his chest every single night. You loved his heartbeat. I hung up and sobbed so hard I couldn't breathe. Day 7, I tried holding her again. She still cried. My heart shattered. Maybe she just hated me. Maybe some cosmic punishment for every wrong thing I'd ever done was being delivered through my daughter's rejection. I started sleeping on the couch because I couldn't lay next to Megan knowing I was failing at the one thing that was supposed to come naturally. Day 10, Megan found me in the garage at 3 a.m. I was holding an old pack I'd hidden in my toolbox, unopened, just holding it. She didn't yell, didn't lecture. She just sat down next to me on the cold concrete floor and said, I know this is the hardest thing you've ever done, and I know you're doing it for her. That's not nothing. That's everything. She took the pack from my hands, and we threw it away together. Day 12, something shifted. My hands stopped smelling like ashtrays. The yellow on my fingers started fading. I spent 20 minutes just smelling my own skin like a crazy person. Megan caught me. We laughed for the first time in weeks. Day 14, I picked her up after her nap. She looked at me, then she smiled. First time ever. She grabbed my finger and just held on. I froze, didn't move, barely breathed. Megan walked in and found us like that. She started crying. I started crying. The baby just kept holding my finger like it was the most normal thing in the world. The pediatrician confirmed it later. Third-hand smoke. The chemicals embedded in my skin were triggering reactions. Not an allergy exactly, but close enough. My addiction was literally making my daughter's body reject me. Day 60 now. She falls asleep on my chest every night. Sometimes I just sit there crying, feeling her breathe against my clean skin. I didn't quit for me. I quit because my daughter's screams were the only intervention I ever needed.